Today we're going to talk about how the United States elects their president. My name is Jessica Bingo and I will be guiding you through this process. Electing a president is a complex process, one which has been amended several times since 1776. There are a few requirements that are placed on American voters. First, you have to be a U.S. citizen and a legal resident of a state. You also cannot be a convicted felon. Lastly, you have to be at least 18 years old and mentally competent. When the United States became a country, only white male property owners were able to vote. In 1870, the 15th Amendment passed, which gave African Americans the right to vote. Then, in 1919, the 19th Amendment passed, which prevented voting discrimination based on gender. The 23rd Amendment passed in 1961 and created the Electoral College. The Electoral College is the method of voting the United States currently uses to elect the president, but we'll talk more about that later. 3 years later, the 24th Amendment passed, which said that voting could not be denied for failure to pay taxes. The Voting Rights Act passed in 1965 to stop discrimination. The act was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson. The National Voter Registration Act passed in 1993, which required all voters to register before they voted. Even though it was signed into law in 1993, it didn't become mandatory until 1995. The Help America Vote Act passed in 2000, which updated all of the voting polls. It eliminated dated voted counting machines and replaced them with digital equipment. Now we're going to talk about the Electoral College and exactly how our president is elected. First, eligible voters go to the polls and they vote for president. Instead of hand counting every vote, each state gets a specific number of electors. The number of electors a state gets is the number of senators and members of the House of Representatives added together. The number of people in your state's House of Representatives is dependent on your population, which ultimately determines how many electors a state gets. As you can see, Michigan had 16 electors in the 2012 presidential election. We have 2 senators and 14 members in the House of Representatives. There are 538 total electors in the Electoral College. The first presidential nominee to win 270 electors wins the presidency. Reports indicate that Barack Obama had 303 total electoral votes, while Mitt Romney only had 206. Thus, Obama won a second term as President of the United States. After the election, discussions about presidential nominees usually die down for a few years, but then the chaos starts right back up again. Until next time, take care, and I hope you learned about key voting amendments and how the Electoral College voting system works.